Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to episode 10 of the Realistic League Expansion Series videos featuring the Baltimore Panthers. Last episode, we did this trade with the Philadelphia 76ers, where we traded away Markelle Fultz, Gary Payton II, Toumani Camara, Isaac Ewing, a second-round pick swap, and a 2027 second-round pick. The Philadelphia 76ers gave me Corey Joseph, who I waived, Steven Adams, a first-round pick from 2026, lottery protected, a 2026 second round pick swap, and Willie Miles. So 49 games into the season, we have a record of 25-24, which puts us 7th in our conference. This is what the new point guard rotation is looking like. Nikola Topic, Jaden Hardy, and new acquisition Davion Mitchell. Mitchell comes in with a lot of gold badges and very good perimeter defense while also having a solid three-point shot and also playmaking skills. This is what the shooting guard rotation is looking like. Steve Forbes at an 80 overall, Caleb Houston, and Terrence Shannon Jr. Both Shannon Jr. and Houston have had extremely cold starts to their seasons, but I hope they can turn it around. Houston is also due for a contract extension this offseason, and depending on how he performs this second half, he may not get it. This is what the 77 overall guard is averaging this season: 3 points per game, 1.5 rebounds per game, 1 assist per game, not even a quarter of a steal per game, and 32, 27, and 73% from the free throw line. All of those are a drop off from last year, and I hope he can turn it around in the second half. This is what the wings of the team are looking like: Aaron Wiggins, Matisse Thybulle, and 20-year-old rising player Pacome Daddier at a 75. This is what the power forwards of the team are looking like: Al Horford, Ryan Dunn, and newly acquired Willie Miles. Despite being listed as a small forward, Aaron Wiggins has been the starting power forward of this team in the last few games. That's because our two point guards, Topic and Hardy, have been starting together, and Forbes has been playing the small forward. This is what the center rotation of this team is looking like: Alfred Sengun, 88 overall 23-year-old, easily our best player; Steven Adams at a 78, bringing in a lot of leadership off the bench; and Paul Reed, 77 overall, still bringing in a lot of versatility on the court. This is what the starting lineup looks like for the Panthers at the moment: Nikola Topic and Hardy at the guards, Forbes and Wiggins at the forwards, and Sengun at center. This is what the award races are looking like at the moment: Luka Doncic, the favorite for the MVP, with 30 points per game, 11 rebounds, and 9 assists. Doncic will miss a month or two with a torn MCL that he sustained recently, and hopefully by the time he comes back, he can maintain his MVP candidacy. The first overall pick from the Brooklyn Nets, Stevie Johnson, is the favorite to win Rookie of the Year at the moment, averaging 19.5 points per game, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, and 2 stocks per game. Our rookie, Steve Forbes, is currently third in Rookie of the Year candidacy with 12 points, 3 rebounds, 2.5 assists, and 1.5 stocks per game. On top of the 6 Man of the Year, favorites are 2 Clippers, Bones Hyland and Isaiah Jackson. Hyland at the moment, 18 points per game, 2.5 rebounds, 4 assists, and 1 stock per game, is also the favorite for Most Improved Player of the Year. The player that we just traded away, Markelle Fultz, is third in 6 Man of the Year. Victor Wembanyama is on top of the Defensive Player of the Year voting once again. The third-year pro is currently averaging 25.5, 13.5, 3.5, 1.8 steals, and 2.7 blocks per game. Bones Hyland, the favorite for Most Improved Player, alongside Ausar Thompson, Dalen Terry, Jake LaRavia, and our own Jaden Hardy. LaMelo Ball is the favorite for the Clutch Player of the Year, averaging 29, 6, 8, and 2 steals per game. Our first game past the trade deadline is up against the Chicago Bulls, where we win by 8 points. Nikola Topic had himself a career night, scoring 29 points, 3 rebounds, and 6 assists, 9 of 15 from the field, and 4 for 5 from deep. On the next night, Jaden Hardy put up 22, 8, and 8 with 2 steals, on 6 of 13 shooting from the field, although 1 for 6 from 3. Wiggins had 18 points and Topic and Şengün added 17. We're on to the All-Star game, and unfortunately, the footage for the dunk contest, three-point contest, and rookie sophomore showcase was corrupted, so this is the only thing I have from the All-Star weekend. The Western All-Stars beat the Eastern All-Stars 119 to 105, as Jason Tatum led the East in scoring with 17, 7, and 5 with 2 steals. Shout out to first-time All-Star Ausar Thompson, who made the game, averaging a solid double-double, 12.5 points, 10 rebounds, and 4 assists per game, with 2.2 steals per game and 1.7 blocks per game. Steph Curry led the West All-Stars in scoring with 17 and 6 assists. 2 first-time All-Stars in Jalen J-Dub Williams and Amen Thompson from the Houston Rockets. J-Dub for the OKC Thunder, averaging 22 points per game, 7.5 rebounds per game with 5 assists, and 1.7 stocks per game. He also has amazing shooting splits, shooting the ball 52, 38, and 85. The other first-time All-Star for the Western team was Amen Thompson. He's currently averaging 15 points per game, 9.9 rebounds per game, 6.5 assists per game, 2 steals, and a block per game. After the All-Star break, we went on a 3-game losing streak, and this is the 4th game against the Charlotte Hornets, where Şengün put up a 33-point double-double to lead us to victory. He also had 4 blocks on very decent shooting splits. Topic with 12, Reed with 11, and we had 3 players score 10, Forbes, Wiggins, and Dadier. Here's a game against the Philadelphia 76ers, a team that we made a trade with. Joel Embiid with 26 and 14 with 4 stocks. Toumani Camara, our former power forward, put out 21, 2 and 2 with 1 block. Markelle Fultz, our 6th man, 17, 2 and 3. And we also had Gary Payton contribute in the bottom of the rotation. Yeah, after a rough start, we made it a close game, only losing by 2 in the 4th quarter. Wiggins was on top with 16, on 6 of 7 shooting from the field, and 4 for 5 from deep. Topic added 14 alongside Forbes, Dadier and Shannon Jr. with 11, and Şengün with 10. One thing I noticed is that Alperen Şengün is getting 1 extra block per game since the All-Star break. Another thing that is on the rise is his overall efficiency, as that is up to 51%, and I believe he was shooting above 40% from deep as well. Once again, the in-season tournament was done late in the season, where the Philadelphia 76ers took on the Dallas Mavericks for the in-season tournament championship. Markelle Fultz with 19 points in the loss, with 6 assists as well. Camara had a solid performance off the bench, where he added 7 points and 2 rebounds. Unfortunately, the combination of Joel Embiid's 4 for 12, Maxi's 5 for 15, allowed Dallas to go on a massive run in the second half to win this game in a blowout fashion. This is what the box score is looking like for the Dallas Mavericks. Kyrie Irving with 28 points to lead the Mavericks in scoring, although Doncic did have a triple-double. I decided to cut to the end of the season as there was nothing eventful to show, no contract extensions, and the only exciting things that happened were a few wins along the way and a couple of injuries as well. This game versus the Memphis Grizzlies could determine if we land the 8th seed or the 9th seed in our conference. It's unfortunately a loss, and we finished the season with a record of 39 and 43. The Baltimore Panthers qualify for their first ever play-in tournaments and will have the home court advantage for Game 1. Despite his MCL tear, Luka Doncic still manages to win MVP, averaging 32 points, 11 rebounds, and 9 assists per game. The number 1 overall pick, Stevie Johnson from the Brooklyn Nets, wins the Rookie of the Year, averaging 19 points, 4.5 rebounds, and 3.5 assists per game, while also putting up 2 stocks per game on the defensive end. He also had decent percentages for a rookie forward. Bones Highland wins Most Improved Player of the Year and 6th Man of the Year, averaging 18.5 points per game, 2.5 rebounds, and 4 assists per game. Victor Wembanyama is back-to-back Defensive Player of the Year, averaging 26 points, 14 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals, and 3 blocks per game. The Clutch Player of the Year is LaMelo Ball, who put out 29 points per game, 6 rebounds, and 8 assists per game, with 2.2 steals per game as well. He maintained a very decent field goal percentage and very decent averages as well, 49, 42, and 89% from the free throw line. Jason Kidd was the Coach of the Year for the Dallas Mavericks, who had a record of 61 and 21 first in their conference. This is what All-NBA first team is looking like. Luka Doncic at first, alongside Giannis Antetokounmpo, Victor Wembanyama, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and LaMelo Ball. All-NBA second team headlined by Tyrese Haliburton, Nikola Jokic, Stephen Curry, LeBron James, and Joel Embiid. And All-NBA third, Anthony Edwards, Ja Morant, Evan Mobley, Trae Young, and Jayson Tatum. All-defensive first team headlined by Victor Wembanyama, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Ausar Thompson, Bam Adebayo, and Evan Mobley in the first team as well. The all-defensive second team is headlined by Rudy Gobert, Chet Holmgren, Joel Embiid, Robert Williams III, and Amen Thompson from the Houston Rockets. This is the all-rookie first team headlined by Stevie Johnson, the number 1 overall pick from the Brooklyn Nets, but Steve Forbes right behind him at second from the Baltimore Panthers. Steven Gibson third from the Utah Jazz, and A.C. Stewart Jr., the second overall pick at fourth. Rod Jamison from the Toronto Raptors at fifth, and this is what the rest of the rookie teams are looking like. Darius Kane, Harrison Ingram, Chad Frazier, A.J. Mitchell, and Todd Sharp. Mitchell and Ingram from the 2024 draft class that managed to become rookies in 2025. This is what the play-in tournament is looking like for the Western Conference. The New Orleans Pelicans will face off against the Houston Rockets for the chance at the 7th seed, and the loser of that game will face off against the winner of the Golden State Warriors and Clippers game. This is the seeding in the Western Conference. Dallas with the 1st seed, OKC 2nd, San Antonio with the 3rd seed, 4th seed with Minnesota, 5th seed with Denver Nuggets, and 6th seed with the Sacramento Kings, with 7 and 8 being determined by the play-in teams. This is what the play-in tournament is looking like in the East. Charlotte Hornets and Atlanta Hawks will face off for the chance at 7th seed, and the loser of that matchup will face against either us or the Orlando Magic. Since we are the higher seed against the Orlando Magic, we'll host them for Game 1, and if we win that game, we'll either go to Charlotte or Atlanta for a chance at the 8th seed. This is what the Eastern Conference is looking like. Indiana with the 1st seed, Cleveland with the 2nd seed, Toronto with the 3rd seed, Chicago with the 4th seed, Miami with the 5th seed, and the Knicks with the 6th seed. And the 7th and 8th seed will be determined by the play-in tournaments. The most surprising part of the East is there's no Philadelphia, no Boston, and no Milwaukee. Before ending the video, I also wanted to show you some of the trades that happened this season. Herb Evans III and a 2nd-round pick for Kevin Love. The Oklahoma City Thunder acquired Tyler Kolek and Chris Boucher for A.J. Mitchell and Thomas Cardinal. Steven Adams was traded to the Philadelphia 76ers and later packaged to us. Another trade between the Nuggets and the Supersonics, this time trading Wayzek Nnaji and a 2nd-round pick for Andre Drummond. The Charlotte Hornets give the Spurs Josh Green and Luke Kennard for Harrison Barnes and a 2029 first-round pick unprotected. The Atlanta Hawks acquired Malik Beasley for a lottery-protected 2028 first-round pick and Cody Zeller. The New Orleans Pelicans trade away Trey Murphy and a 2nd-round pick in 2030 for Robert Williams from the Trailblazers. The Dallas Mavericks traded away Najee Marshall and a 2030 2nd-round pick for Derrick Jones Jr. from the Los Angeles Clippers. The Boston Celtics trade away their longtime backup point guard Peyton Pritchard and a 2nd-round pick for Ben Simmons and a top 3 protected 2026 first-round pick from the San Antonio Spurs. The Dallas Mavericks dumped Maxi Kleber's atrocious contract and a 2028 first-round pick, top 3 protected, for Vasily Micic and Jalen Martin. The last trade of the NBA season was done between us and the Philadelphia 76ers. We traded away Markelle Fultz, Gary Payton II, Toumani Camara, and Isaac Ewing, alongside 2 future 2nd-round picks unprotected, for Corey Joseph, who was waived, Steven Adams, a lottery-protected 2026 Philadelphia pick, a 2026 2nd-round pick, and Willie Miles. Safe to say that we won this trade, seeing that the Philadelphia 76ers couldn't even qualify for the play-in tournament. We also have their first-round pick this year, but unfortunately it is lottery-protected, meaning that it'll only come to us next year. Alright man, thank you for watching this episode. It's been a real one. I hope to see you in the next episode where we'll finally play our first ever play-in game and hopefully make the playoff tournament as well. If you really like this video, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe as it really helps out in this YouTube algorithm space. And with that being said, peace.